as those of you that really follow my work closely already realize, in large part, heck, in huge part, thanks to you. I am in a position where private landowners these days, started out with as outfitters, but these days private landowners contract me to do long-term management on their properties. A lot of what I do for these people is actually manage their deer population. That means that I get to go out there and inventory their animals, I get to decide population goals, I set up the habitat the way I want it to be set up for both habitat health and for deer health, and this is a part that a lot of people miss in all this, for hunting. If we're going to be remodeling the world out there, in this case the whitetail world, geez, doesn't it make sense? I mean, yes, we want to help them increase their health without a doubt. We want to increase our habitat's health because frankly, our habitat's being destroyed. The more we can help it, the better off we are. But you darn right, you better set it up so that your improvements also are manufacturing high odds, low impact stand sites. Because one of the biggest myths in this entire flippin' industry and niche is that, man, if you want to grow big bucks, you can't let anybody hunt your ground. You got to keep everybody out there. Baloney. That is a lazy man's excuse. You can hunt the snot out of properties. I mean, truly hunt the heck out of them. You can allow all of your buddies to come and hunt that ground as long as it's all done from high odds, low impact tree stands, ground blinds, and rednecks. You do it from high odds, low impact stands. If those deer do not see you, if they do not smell you, if they do not hear you, you weren't there. So go ahead and instead of trying to push everybody else out, instead, how can I set up my ground so I can hunt it more effectively at a lower impact? And then I don't have to ruin every friendship and every family relationship I ever had by telling everybody that, no, you cannot hunt my ground. As a matter of fact, that's one of the favorite aspects of what I do in management, is that I have the ability to bring in just a couple, but bring in a couple people to help me each year. So I bring in family and friends. And that is the hunt you're going to be watching right now. This is my good friend, Aubrey Gale. He actually, this man did more to start outdoor hunting television than just about anybody else I know. He has produced some of the greatest shows. He has been a friend of mine for going on 30 years now, has done wonders, literally wonders for my career, and is a great friend. And to be able to share these hunting experiences with friends and family, that, for me, is what this show is all about. I'm sitting here being able to hunt with a lifelong friend who has meant the world to me, and he's heading out with a 10-point crossbow to help us reduce the deer numbers a little bit because this property is woefully overpopulated.
I'm hunting here in Brown County, Illinois, and if you look outside, the sun's shining, it's 50-some degrees. You'd think it's November. It's actually January 4th or 5th, I'm not even sure what day it is. But it's late season hunting. It's usually snow and cold, and the bucks haven't been moving real good. I'm hoping tonight we can do it, get it done. I'm here with a couple buddies, and we're still having a good time. We'll see what happens tonight.
Destination Whitetail is brought to you by Browning Trail Cameras, by Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker, by Sever Broadheads, straight through it, by Primal Tree Stands, and by Remington, America's oldest gunmaker.
So as you see, Aubrey and his 10-point crossbow make a fine shot on this whitetail. Goes running off. We started tracking it that night, but to be honest with you, the blood wasn't quite as good as we'd anticipated, so we ended up going back to review footage. Reviewing the footage, we saw the shot was just a little bit off. You know what, it's going to be a nice cool night, so let's wait for morning. So the next morning, Aubrey grabs his Matthews, and in Illinois you can hunt with either, interchangeable during bow season as long as you have a bow license. He grabs his Matthews and we head out to find it. Well, geez, as is so often the case, don't get me wrong, when in doubt, you back out. But 9 times out of 10 it seems when I back out, sure enough, there was another 20 yards later. So we were able to retrieve his doe. Aubrey's happy as heck. He's got food to bring back home with him from Michigan. And you know what? We're happy because what he's done is he's just taken us just a little bit closer to population goal. So now it's my turn. I'm headed to one of my favorite stands on the entire place. It's a redneck right in the middle. On one side I've got Antler King Trophy Clover, on the other side I've got their honey hole mix. And then I've got a miscanthus screen that's blocking off this entire back corner of this field. I've got a bunch of soybeans on the other side. I'll tell you what, when the deer aren't pressured and the weather is marginally decent or better for deer movement, hunt food. That's what they want. And it did not take long to convince me that that was the right choice. I no more than got up in there, and I'm hearing all sorts of buck chasing going on. What you'll also notice in this hunt is a scrape tree planted just out in front of this stand. I say scrape tree because what it is it's a treated fence post with a board on top of it with some U-bolts that I slip branches in each and every year and slap a Magnum scrape dripper with some golden scent pouring out of it. The whole purpose of this is just to take our odds up just another notch.
Visit sportsmansguide.com today and see why they're the place to go to get where you want to be outdoors.
Although I didn't get it on footage to the extent that I wish I had, I saw about a dozen different bucks chasing a doe around. And this is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I know I'm in for a good set. And I was not disappointed. No more than they get out of there, a couple deer start trickling in, a couple more, and now I got a doe within shooting range. I wait for that doe to get in the perfect position. I did have a buck tag as well. I would have been more than happy to fill a buck tag that set, but my primary mission was, just like Aubrey, take that population down a notch. So I wait for that doe to get in a position where I think I can drop her right on the spot. Okay, I don't want to run into the woods. I want to get this tag on her and get back to hunting. Even I can't blow a 30-yard shot with a shotgun off of a solid rest. She drops, I slip out, get the tag on her, crawl back in the blind, and whoa, does the show ever begin then. And this is part of what's so much fun about hunting, at least to me. You know, yeah, you're out there with your buddies, that takes it up a notch right away, and now you get to watch the show. And that, I mean, I hope this isn't off color or anything like that, but I'll tell you what, that was one, I've seen it 3-4 times now over the course of my entire life, and it is just fascinating to me to watch that level of deer interaction that we don't see normally. And as long as we're talking about that type of stuff, really pay attention. As I said, these deer are showing you. They are giving you the answers. When you're able to observe deer, study them. This is a very unique opportunity to look inside the whitetail world and get info that you just plain won't get anywhere else. The more you understand about the animals you are chasing, the more effectively you can crawl into their head and use your best weapon, and that is your brain, to outthink these animals. How do you learn about them? In this case, when you're out hunting, you observe those deer because they teach you so darn much. Just remember, I know all of us that are watching this are most likely absolutely ate up with deer and deer hunting. Otherwise, you're not sitting here watching a hunting show. Just remember, this stuff's supposed to be fun. I get it. We have so many people telling us how mission critically important it is to pass up that 2.5-year-old buck. Don't you dare pass him up if you don't want to. Man, you can't kill any does. You have to kill does. You have to find that one buck and put all your eggs in that bag. You have it. You don't have to do a dang thing. This stuff is supposed to be fun. Go out there, enjoy yourself. Don't be afraid to share your hunt like I did with my buddy Aubrey. Now, that took what would have been on a scale of 1 to 10, a 6 or a 7 set. Having him there took it up to an 8 or a 10 in that range. Now, enjoy this stuff because ultimately it's supposed to be fun. And if you can do some good managing along the way, bonus points. If you kill Mr. Big, bonus points. Really what this is all about is getting out into nature, putting some meat on the table, feeding some hungry, and enjoying yourself. Don't be afraid to go out and have fun.
Destination Whitetail is brought to you by Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer. By Scent Killer Gold with Hunt Dry technology. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. By 10-Point Crossbow Technologies. There is no substitute. Get armed and deadly with Easton FMJ arrows. And by Matthews Archery. This is Deer Tech TV, the best in outdoor technology. powered by Browning Trail Cameras.
Introducing the new Mission MXR. It's built off of our award-winning cross-signature cam system with AVS, brand new grip, 7-inch brace height, shoots 324 feet per second at 29.5 inches, and has a 7-inch brace height, only 4.02 pounds. It's a great bow in the Mission line that's built off of Matthews technology. Only $499 for an MSRP price. For more information, go to missionarchery.com.
I have not seen many game-changing products in the hunting industry in a while. This is a game changer. This is the new Quiet Cat Ambush fat tire electric assist bike. This thing is pretty cool. What you got to understand is this is a bike. It's a fat tire bike, but it's got an electric assist. It allows me to do everything I've always wanted to do and more, especially when checking trail cameras. So what's really nice about this bike is when I go bow hunting this fall, my stand is about a quarter mile up through the woods there. There's a logging road going up there, but I'm going to be able to get there with this bike, electric assist, go straight up that hill without leaving all my scent behind by walking and without getting all sweated up walking up there. It's the new Ambush from Quiet Cat. Check them out today at quietcat.com.
Hey everyone, it's mid-April. We're here in central Wisconsin, and it's time for some spring scouting. Now, it may not look like spring here with all the snow on the ground, but that's not stopping the deer from coming out, so it can't stop me either. Let's take a look at one of the new tools I have to help me scout. I'm talking about the Recon Force 4K trail camera from Browning Trail Cameras. Loaded with innovative features, the Recon Force 4K camera features true 4K Ultra HD video recording capability, as well as the ability to capture images up to 32 megapixels. It has a built-in 2-inch color display for user-friendly setup and ease of viewing images in the field. Additionally, it features Smart IR video, which continues to record video footage while game is moving in front of the camera. An impressive infrared LED illumination at night, high-clarity video sound, and it supports up to 512 gigabyte memory cards. That's a lot of content. Now I'm going to show you quickly how I set up my camera. Okay, now date and time is already set up. As you can see, there's photo and video settings here. I personally like video because I like to watch the deer's behavior, movement, all kinds of things. So let's get that set up. We're gonna go into the video length. I personally like 10 seconds. Not too short, not too long. Video quality. As you can see, you have other options for video quality. I'm gonna go with 4K because with this camera, why would you go with anything less? And now let's get to the camera name. Last thing I like to do when setting up a camera is give it a name. All right, I'm gonna name this camera Loc 1 for location 1. All right, we're all done programming, so let's go get it on a tree. All right, you guys probably think I'm a little bit nuts putting this camera up this high, but there's a ridge back here, and to be able to see the deer, we need it a little higher. Now the last step, let's get the scent off. And turn this thing on. Recon Force 4K Ultra HD camera by Browning Trail Cameras.